Hey everyone, guess what? We're here with Mike Leon from CKY. You might also know him from Soulfly and Cavalera or The Absence. So,
Throwback.
Mike, yes, or Havoc. I didn't mention Havoc. Sorry. Uh, Mike, thanks for taking time out of your day to come hang out and chat with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, dude.
Hell yeah. So, what prompted the CKY, like joining CKY?
Well, for reference, it was like my favorite band growing up. I was obsessed with that band when I was a teenager, and I would honestly say that they were the band that inspired me to be a musician and to, join a touring band and set forth in motion what would become my career now. And I met the dudes when I was pretty young because I have family in Philadelphia, and I was visiting them, and I met a friend of a friend who introduced me to Chad, and yada yada. The rest is history. But yeah, when Soulfly and I parted ways, we I was pretty much intending on just kind of like laying low for a minute and enjoying my new home here in Los Angeles with my wife. And I was like, if something really killer comes across my desk, will I, go back on tour? And Chad slipped into my DMs like 3 days later, and he was like, "Yo, what are you up to?" And I was like, "Here we go." So that's how it happened.
Okay, I guess this is the fucking thing.
It
Let's
talked
let's
me
do it.
into it.
Yeah, that's super cool. It's really cool that being like one of the those defining moments. The band that defined you to be a musician.
Yeah,
Uh, Now you're playing with them. That's cool as fuck.
it's a very
I'm a
full circle moment.
Oh, for sure. And I was a CKY fan for, I mean, shit, probably since Camp Kill Yourself Volume One. Right? That was the fucking start. And it's so strange. It's strange for me. Like, I can't believe they're still fucking, like CKY is still a thing. How fucking cool is that?
Super
Uh,
cool.
yeah, it fucking really is. And now I'm chatting with you, who's playing in fucking CKY.
Here we are.
So the single "Can't Stop Running." Mm,
Yeah.
what a tasty little fucking morsel that is.
Yeah, I thought so too. Like when I first heard it, it was pretty much all done before I officially joined. But when I heard it, it was like immediately like a kick right in the nostalgia. For me, it was just like, oh my God, this could have been on IDR or something like that. Like not on the album, but it took me back there to that
Yeah,
era. And yeah, from the first few notes, I was like, this is so sick. Like we're back, you know?
yeah. So like obviously with the single, I fucking love it. It is it's very CKY. You know what I mean? Like you hear it and you're like, I know exactly who the fuck that is. There's no
Yeah.
no qualms. Is there more recorded coming behind?
Yeah, there's a ton of new music, dude. A ton of music that is just waiting to be released. We'll have another single out here pretty soon. We've got a pretty decent amount of touring coming up. We did just get off the road with 3 weeks in the UK, and it was incredible. Like you said earlier, like CKY is back, and it's like, dude, we're way back. And I think honestly, right now is probably like the healthiest era of the band because we're all a bit older. I'm the new guy, but I feel like I've been here the whole time. I grew up with those dudes, so like everything's really refined. We know what we want now out of things, and everybody's just a tad bit calmer. Which, as you know, if you know of the band and its history, it
Yeah.
was kind of a bumpy road for a while. But yeah, I'm really excited about how everything is shaking out, and we just had a blast on this last 3 weeks in the UK. We've got Australia coming up. We've got Sonic Temple next year, and yeah, it's it feels really great. You know, it feels like a new breath of fresh air in CKY universe, which I think everybody's excited about.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. I think a lot of the CKY fans are also excited. I know I am because you mentioned nostalgia, and hello, say hello.
Dude, if we're having cats on the podcast, I might as well let mine in too, because she's
Oh, for
outside of the
sure, dude.
door screaming at me right now.
Listen, I'm such a fucking dork with my cat. Like I have two office chairs in here. One is set up just for her.
Yeah, I
So
get it.
like, come,
I get it.
like
I've got a
it's a.
cardboard box back here full of like wrapping paper that she just goes ape shit on,
Oh
which,
yeah,
you know, and I've got two cat beds over there, so she has her selection. We have two different cats, so they're pretty much
nice.
the bosses in our house.
Yeah, we have. Well, I was gonna say three pit bulls, but we just put one of them down a few weeks ago. So we've got two pit bulls and the cat now, and the cat fucking
Is the
rules the
boss.
roost. Yeah,
Of course. That's how it
yeah.
is. And
For
that's so
sure.
funny.
So, it's so funny because they're so small, and our dogs are, I don't know, they're probably 60, 70 pounds. She's like, don't fuck with me. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, something about the fear of cats. I don't know, because they're all just like little lions, in the animal kingdom.
Dude, and those claws are like fucking razors.
Yeah, and
Like,
their attitude. They're sassy little
yes.
critters.
Yeah. Her her name is Sophia. She's named after Sophia Loren because she's a very uh, pretty and elegant cat. When she walks, it's,
She's a fancy girl.
yeah, she is fucking spoiled. I love her though.
Oh yeah,
So
gotta
I'll
spoil her.
tell you real quick about my fucking cat. So my wife got her because she's like, I want a cat. And I'm like, I don't really want a cat. Like,
It's what they all say.
yeah, I am an animal lover. Like overall. But I'm like, we've got dogs. I don't know that a cat would do really well. And she fucking, hey, we got a new cat. I'm like, oh shit,
Now she's your
what
best friend.
she is.
That's a
And that's,
story as old as time itself.
yeah. Jen's like, you son of a bitch. You said you didn't want a cat, and
And
now
now the
that cat
cat,
loves you.
yeah, and it loves you
Yeah,
more. I think that's what
yeah,
they know that. Like if there's a person in a room that like doesn't like cats and there's a cat, the cat is gonna be like, "Oh, what's up, that person? I'm gonna
yeah.
sit on your lap." And then the other cat person's like, but all the other cat people are like, "Sit on my lap, sit on my lap." And he's
I
like,
know, come here.
"No,
And cat's like,
I
no,
don't
you want
want it."
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into it. It's like that fucking hard to get thing.
Cat politics, dude.
Dude, we should write a book, collaborate, write a book on cat politics.
It's real.
I
It's
bet it
super
would.
real.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. Assholes.
I love them.
What was I saying? Oh, I was saying like, you were saying, all this nostalgia comes back with CKY for you, and it does the same thing for me. One of my best friends, Toby, was my introduction to CKY way back when, and God, we were like brothers. Uh, one of those guys, like he had a key to my fucking house. I never questioned it. Like,
Yeah.
whenever you want, dude. He unfortunately passed away probably like '07, I think. But like, what a great dude he was. Toby, I fucking miss you, dude. Um,
Shout out to the homie.
yeah, what a good memory. A fucking great memory. So did you play, were you with them at Louder Than Life, weren't you?
No, I just joined the band earlier this year. My first show was at Warp Tour in Long Beach, which
Hmm.
was only a few months ago.
Well, uh, Louder Than Life was only a couple months ago too.
We didn't play Louder Than Life this year. The only three shows, well,
Oh,
I played Warp Tour And then we did a festival in West Virginia, and then we just did this 3 week tour. So
Oh,
next
I would
year it
have.
could be though.
That would be super
We
cool.
are doing Sonic Temple, and I think a couple others that we haven't announced yet, but we're working
Okay.
on it. Yeah.
You guys welcome to Rockville because that I think they just announced that whole lineup.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing that one, at least not this year, not that I know of. Could be wrong.
Okay.
I would love to be wrong.
Yeah. Now I've got to fucking look. I would have bet money uh, that CKY played Louder Than Life.
They didn't
Oh, it was
this year. It was a
no, it
couple
was
years ago.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn it. Damn you. That's all right. So you guys play if you play 26. Um, I live like 10 minutes from that
Oh,
venue.
perfect. Well, we'll see you there then.
Yes. Yeah, you will. And we'll get you fed. I'll make sure you guys are well fed when you're here.
Hell yeah.
Good
I'll
buddy of
always
mine
love
is a
to eat.
killer chef. Yes, me too. What's your favorite food?
Everything. I have no favorites, dude. Like I could eat Mexican food any time of day. I could eat Chinese food every time, any time of the day, or any Asian food at all. I could eat a barbecue. I love food. I'm a fucking food freak. I love it
Okay.
all.
What
Yeah.
what was the moment where you were like with food? Was there a meal that you think was the pinnacle and you're like, fuck, I'm just chasing that high?
Mm, I've just always eaten every day of my life. I don't know. Every meal is like, oh, there it is. You know,
Yeah.
I've had a few times. There was one time when I was in Havoc when we were in Singapore, and I had an incredible meal that I literally that's one of the few that like stands out in my mind. You know, we did a lot of touring in Asia, and I had a few killer meals. I mean, I've eaten killer meals all over the world, so
Yeah.
I love food.
Lucky. Yeah. Me too. So for me, it was my wife and I were celebrating like when we were dating. It was probably our second year together or something, and we went to the casino. And they casinos have nice like steakhouses. So she fucking hit, I don't know, for like 5 or 6 grand. And she's like, let's go have steaks. I'm like, yes. So we fucking go to the steakhouse and they had this wagyu and I was like, cool, I'll try that. She's treating,
There you
no
go.
holds barred. So they bring this fucking steak out and it was a ribeye and you just put your fork in it and it falls apart and then it just melts in your mouth and I was like, oh.
That's
She
it.
said, are you?
That's I mean, a good steak will sit in your mind for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she said, I said, you should try this. And she had a New York strip. It's like I gave her a bite. She's like, I can't even eat my steak because yours is too good. Yes. Uh, so back to CKY, my
Yeah.
easy transition. What's it like for you, like being up there and actually playing it now?
It's really unbelievable. You know, it's something that I always truly dreamed about when I was a kid. I literally had dreams growing up in my life, like jumping on stage and playing a song or two. Um, and now, one of the coolest things I think is having been a fan and seen CKY so many times. Now being on the stage and playing the songs that I love so much, when I'm looking down, or looking at the fans, and afterwards when I like take a moment to go meet everybody, it's so it's the ultimate full circle moment because I was that kid in the front row screaming my favorite song, 25 years ago or longer. And to be, on the other side of that fence and giving folks my time and shaking hands with everybody. And I know how meaningful that was for me because it truly changed my life and it put me onto this path that has been, incredible. So I every night I try to go down and I say hi to everybody that wants to say hi. I'll sign, whatever they'll have, and making that excuse me, making that connection is incredibly important to me because it's truly it could change your life. It could change the life of a fan.
Yeah, I think that's really important for musicians to give a time of day to the people who are essentially paying your bills. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and aside from it, when you create something that someone enjoys, it's got to be like fucking thanks for digging what we're doing. Like that's just cool in and of itself, you know?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, without the fans, there would be no bands. So got to give
Not
them their
touring
flowers.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What what's been like the coolest fan interaction to you or the one that sticks out to you the most?
So far, it's I've only just begun, but I appreciate it when there's young kids that are there because that's the same age I was when I found the band. And this younger generation, maybe they haven't had the chance to see CKY before, so they're coming into it super fresh, and they don't have like maybe any kind of jaded remembrance of the past iterations of the band. And I think that's really cool because, as I said, I think this is like the healthiest version of the band, and we're all so locked in. And for this to be their first time seeing it, like what a great experience, I think, for the younger generation to be experiencing CKY at its best.
Oh, that's that's fucking awesome. That's so exciting to hear, like,
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
you know?
I mean, I love it. Every time I see like a young fan in the crowd, I'll make sure to like, give him some eye contact and make that connection because it's super important, dude. It truly is. And, I'll give him like a pick after the set or something like that if I can get a set list. So those things, I mean, it makes a big difference. That was those actions that Chad and the guys did. Mostly Chad, Chad was always my favorite dude, and he still is my favorite dude. But like back then, I'd stand in front of him, and if I caught a pick, it was like, ah. Or like
Yeah.
Chad look at me and make a goofy face, and I'd be like, yeah, dude. So I know how important that is.
Hell yeah. It really is. And people don't I don't want to say people don't really appreciate that, but I think that bands that don't move and don't really interact with the crowd, they're missing a very important like opportunity because those fan interactions from the stage, dude, I went to see King Diamond right before the boat last year,
Mm.
and I'm front row, and this motherfucker gets right in my face, and he's like singing to me, and I'm just like, I'm not a girl, but I think my panties are wet, dude. Holy shit! Yeah,
That'll happen. Yeah, I mean, the king getting in your face is next level.
yeah. It's just like but even aside from that, any interaction with the band is always super fucking cool.
Yeah, it's important, they're there to see us, and it's important for us to see them, I think, as well, because that's what's going to keep them coming back. And you make those really personal connections, and it's like they take a piece of that home with them, and every time they're listening to their favorite songs, they're thinking about that, and it's a really important connection to make.
Oh yeah, dude. Those core memories are fantastic. You know, that's
Yeah.
I introduced my kids to live music when they were young. My kids are now, my daughter will be 19 in like 3 days, and my son is 21. So they're not really kids anymore. But taking them to the shows, we went to see Super Joint. My daughter was probably 9 or 10, and she was, it was me and my wife, took her, and then this firefighter and his girlfriend are like right next to her, and we kept throwing her up on our shoulders because she's so small so she could see. Security was like, get her down, and at one point Jimmy Bauer like reaches out, and they got a picture of it, and I was like, that is so fucking cool. Like,
Yeah, Jimmy's the man. All those guys are
yeah,
killer.
yeah. God, man, that whole like New Orleans scene, there have been some of the greatest like bands and musicians like come out of there, and it doesn't sound like fucking anything else.
Mm, yeah, I see you got a lot of love for New Orleans bands behind you. Got a goat horn
Uh,
and a super joint.
yeah, Super Joint, more Battlecross. There's oh yeah, there's I Hate God over here.
There you go.
Uh,
What
fuck
about some
yeah,
Crowbar, bro? Where's the Crowbar love?
dude, I don't have any Crowbar posters. How
But
wild
I
is
know you
that?
love Crowbar. If you love New
I do.
Orleans, you gotta love no,
Yeah,
Crowbar. That's
yeah,
my favorite NOLA
Crowbar.
band.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Mm.
I've probably played 100 shows with Crowbar in my life. I toured with them. I toured with them when I was in Havoc, and then I toured with them again when I was in Soulfly. I think at two different times, and I've played a couple like one-offs with them since then. Oh yeah, we I
That's
think we
fucking
toured
cool.
twice with Crowbar with Soulfly, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah. I they've got Pat Bruder's playing fucking bass now,
Yeah,
and I think because Shane's doing the acid bath thing,
right.
good for him for fucking
Yeah, that's a
locking
step
in
up.
the dude. What a fucking like acid to see the kids also like it's so weird. I've been listening to these bands for 30 fucking years. You know, a lot of these bands, a lot of the NOLA bands for 30 years. And to go to a show like we went to see I Hate God a few weeks ago in Nashville, and I expected the majority of the crowd to be 50s and 60s, you know, because I'm
Mm.
fucking old. This is what I expect. We get there, and there's so many kids, dude, that are like barely like drinking age. Like, holy shit, this is
But I'm
so
telling
fucking.
you, these new the new generation is hungry for like good music, and I think it's a lot of parents like yourself, showing their kids good music, and then the kids, they eat it up. I mean, I love all my dad's favorite bands, and I wish I could have gone to see a lot of them. I never had a chance to see Zeppelin or anything like that, but that's the stuff that my dad raised me on. So yeah, it's really important to pass along to the younger generation for sure.
That's how we keep good music going. You know what I mean? Like that was my dad and I never really meshed on the music because I was always into the crazy heavy shit, but whatever. Like,
Yeah. My dad loves CKY, so that's great. And he's dug every project that I've done. He likes the Igor stuff too, he likes I think he liked Havoc probably the most, but now CKY definitely because he I tortured him with all the CKY music my whole childhood.
yeah, a lot of that, dude. He's got to be so fucking proud of you for, you know, for sticking with it and doing the thing that is, I would say, probably less than 1% of musicians in the world, you know,
Hmm.
are able to make a living doing music.
Truly. Yeah, it's tough. It's a sobering realization, truly, to like, you know, do music full time for so long, I've been doing this
Yeah.
since I was 19 years old. I've got most of my all the albums I've worked on back here behind me. I'm missing a couple, but I'm working on getting them up there.
That's a, dude, which ones are you missing? I might have them.
The new Igor album I have to put up on there, and I mean, that's the newest, most recent one. I got a little spot for it. It came out right before I went to Nashville for pre-production and rehearsal. So I got to get the frame. I got the album right here somewhere. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see anything further than like my face.
Like, I'm just staring in a direction. It's
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah.
That, dude, that new fucking Igor album is so fucking good.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super proud of that. I think that's probably the album that I'm the most proud of all of the accomplishments I've done musically. I think the songs that I've done on that record, probably the darkest and the heaviest for sure, and the most fun. So I love that band. I'm right now. I'm like my cup spilleth over because I'm playing in CKY, and that was my favorite band growing up, and Igor's my favorite band like now, and I get to hang out with all those guys and play the music. It's killer.
And you've really played with tremendous musicians. I mean, the Havoc dudes
Mm.
are, fantastic musicians. Of
Yeah,
course,
got to be a
Max and
shredder to play in Havoc.
yeah, dude. Like, how does it feel knowing that at this point in your life you've already had a very storied, like very respected career in the industry?
I mean, yeah, it's really cool. I'm incredibly proud and grateful for all of the opportunities I've had, all the albums hanging up behind me that I've got to work on, all the friends I've made along the way. It's lately I've been saying like I've achieved pretty much almost everything that I've sought out to achieve in my career. And the CKY thing is just like extra credit on top. It's just like, oh, yeah, you went through all this. Here you go. Like now you get to play in your favorite band that started it all for you. So that's a super cool feeling.
Like that hidden bonus track on the album you weren't
Yeah.
expecting.
Bet it's like your favorite song.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
super cool.
fucking cool. What's in your years of like touring, what's been your favorite like tour memory?
I have to say, unbiasedly, this last tour that we just did might be it because camaraderie is really important. I have to say that like very importantly. Camaraderie is key when you're on tour because yeah, you're on stage and you're there to play shows, but that's only like an hour or two of the day. The other hours in the day, you got to be a cool dude. You got to get along with folks. You got to be easy to get along with. And with this camp that we just had, Chad and Jess and our crew, we had an incredible crew out with us, and the vibes were just always really great. We laughed a ton. There wasn't too much stress. There's stress on the road, but we dealt with it pretty well. And just the energy level, the crowds, the performances, just had a blast. And I think this has been like the easiest, funnest tour that I've ever done in my career.
That's fucking cool.
Which is great because we're just getting started, and now I'm getting a bit older. I can't, do as much as I used to. I don't party at all. I'll have a drink or two after the show, but now it's like really nice to be in a position where it's like a stress free position where I can just focus on the performance and the camaraderie and, linking up with friends along the way on the road, making new friends with the opening bands or whoever we're touring with. I mean, that's the most important thing to me. So to be in that position at this stage of my career, I'm very excited, very thankful.
Yeah, that's I think that is it's becoming more and more, I don't want to say evident, but kind of out in the forefront is not just the tour and the camaraderie on the tour, but going to a town and seeing the friends that you haven't seen since the last time you were in that town, or you know the last time you saw them at a show somewhere. It's cool to see, to have those relationships where you're like, oh shit, I haven't seen you in a couple of years, dude. How's the wife? How's the kids?
Yeah,
Like,
super important.
yeah, that community, the community in the like metal world has it's oh it's opened my eyes to a lot of things, right? Um,
Yeah,
we are the weirdos and the freaks, so you
right.
go to a show and act, I'll say my daughter again, right? I took her first metal show was Max and Igor doing the Return to Roots.
Oh, wow. Killer. That's
So, yes,
2016 or so.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was right
golly.
before I started playing with the project because I did Beneath the Remains and Arise.
Yes, that was a good fucking tour too.
Yeah.
Uh, so we take her out. I take her to the fucking show, and she's this little girl. She's got blue hair, 9 or 10. And I remember, hey, people aren't going to think I'm weird, are they? I said, hey, kiddo, we're all fucking weird.
Yeah,
No
you're in a
one,
safe place here.
yeah.
They're gonna
they're
think
gonna
you're awesome. Actually, the exact opposite. They're gonna be like, "Look at that little girl with the blue hair. How cool is that?" And
and
then
they
you're gonna
did.
get a high five, and that's
Yes,
what needs to
we weren't
happen.
there. Got inside not 10 minutes, and one of the opening bands comes up and was like, "You're the coolest fucking kid I've ever seen.
There you go.
Stay right here. I'll be right back." And they were signing CDs and drumsticks and giving it to her. And she's like, "What?" I'm
Is
like,
this
"It's
normal? Is this what
right."
happens?
Like, no, no, this is super. Like, this is what a great introduction for her, because that to me is like the metal community. It's, when we were all on the boat fucking watching Exodus, you and Mike and fucking Daniel, and I mean, dude, Lamb of God in the fucking crowd. Like, everyone's just there watching the bands play, and everyone's just fucking cool, having a great time.
That's what I love about those cruises. Anytime somebody asks me like, "What's the coolest part about the cruise?" and I'm like, "We're all just fans, you know. Everybody, there's no like the line between like artist and fan is just gone. Like you could be in the buffet next to Gene Hoglan, you know, and it was like, "Hey, Gene, pigs in a blanket, huh? Cool. Well, see you later." You know, like
Yeah,
yeah,
it,
it's
it
cool.
it's super cool. It fucking costs so much money though.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
It's worth it.
I agree. I agree. We I wanted to go this year, but life had other plans, so
It
we
happens.
didn't. That's it. You got to roll with whatever punches fucking happen.
True.
Uh, with you guys playing Sonic Temple next year, I'm assuming you guys are going to do some dates around it.
Yeah, we're in the process of working that out. You know, we still have quite a bit of time left to figure that out. Everybody's coming off of this last tour really fresh and like kind of ready to get at it. So yeah, there's more shows in the works. So maybe you'll get lucky and we'll be in your neck of the woods.
Dude, I hope so.
Yeah.
I would I would love to connect with the booking agent and see if I can't help facilitate a show here,
hmm
because that would be that would be so fucking awesome.
We played a really cool venue when I was in Soulfly a couple times there in Louisville. What would be the name? What's like a name of a popular venue, you guys?
There's a we got quite a few of them. Most of the times that I saw Soulfly here was Diamonds.
I remember Diamonds. I think that was the one. It has like a big pool hall in the front.
Yep.
Like good chicken wings, I remember. Yeah,
I never had the wings there. I think
check it out.
I always did it's not there anymore.
Well, there goes that idea. I was gonna say I would love to
Yeah.
play there with CKY, but there goes that.
Ah, dude, I tell you, there's another venue that the venue itself is super, super cool. It's called Portal, and it's a big industrial complex. I say big, it's an industrial complex. And in the front of the building is like a metal fabrication. The middle is the venue. It's probably five or 600 cap room.
Cool.
And then right behind it, it's all attached, is they have an art gallery, and there's like a tattoo shop and recording studio, fucking trading card game store, massage part. Well,
All
it's
you
not a
need.
massage part. Yeah, dude, it's like everything right there. It's super dope.
Yeah, good way to kill
That's
some
where I
time during the day.
that's where I'd fucking throw you guys right in there.
Portal, huh? I'm
Yeah,
gonna look that up actually.
yeah. I'll when we get done, I'll send you their fucking page. They're super fucking cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm into it.
yeah, they did. Uh, so Knocked Loose, a big like Louisville band. They did. They were doing 2 nights at Paris Town Hall with like back to back for an album release.
Sick.
Paris Town Hall is like 2,000 cap, completely sold out. So that was Friday, Saturday. I think Thursday they announced a like pop up show at fucking Portal, and it was insane, dude. That thing sold out in like 15 minutes.
I already found it on Instagram and
Oh yeah,
checking out the area around. That's pretty cool, man. Thank you for the recommendation.
yeah, you're welcome, dude. That place is it's fucking super cool.
Yeah.
Those folks work really hard at making that a just an awesome like art space for everything.
Yeah, it looks cool online.
Yeah. Next time you're in the area, if you're not playing there, I'll have to take you there and give you a
Yeah.
fucking tour.
Well, now that I know there's a cool venue in Louisville, we are booking those dates, so you never know.
Dude, that would be
If we end up
super
doing
fucking
it,
rad.
you'll be the first to know.
Actually, I probably will be because fucking the the owners at Portal will be like, "Hey, dude, do you guys want to do this with us?" Because my partner, so we have a small like boutique label. My
Mm,
partner in the label books a lot of shows around here, and we do some shows with the folks at Portal.
cool. Now I get it.
Yeah, I'm such a nerd.
Aren't we all?
Yes. So aside from like CKY, what was the band for you? What was another band for you that like was just up there
Super
as one?
important.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was a really huge fan. I'm still a huge fan of the band Him. You know, I was just with that era where all of that stuff, anything that band was putting in the videos, I sunk my teeth into completely. So I love bands like Him. In Flames is one of my favorite bands of all time. You know, a lot of stuff like that. Dimmu Borgir, all of those bands were super important to me growing up. And I still listen to most of them, you know, frequently. So I guess it's not a phase, mom, you know?
It's not a phase. That's
Yeah.
you know, it's the same with me, right? Like the era I grew up in was it was the Bay Area, the thrash like explosion with Slayer and Metallica and fucking
Oh yeah. That was the big hub.
yeah, like all of those fucking bands. And it's cool to go back and revisit those albums. And I say revisit like I don't fucking listen to them once a week, you know?
Yeah.
They're all there. Fuck. What was what was a band you never thought you'd play with like on the same stage as?
That's a good question. Wu-Tang Clan, maybe.
Ah, that's a
Soulfly did
good
a
fucking
festival.
answer.
Yeah. That I never expected that. Um, Soulfly did a festival called Montebello Rock Festival up in Montreal. Um, and the same stage we played, it was like Soulfly, Pennywise, Wu-Tang, and Rammstein.
What a crazy fucking
Crazy.
mixed bill.
And then a ton of other bands. There was like 5 stages. It was all one day. It was a crazy, crazy day. But yeah,
God, that
Wu-Tang. I never thought I'd be on the same stage as Wu-Tang. That was kind of crazy.
no shit. Did you go hang out with them?
No, we stayed on the side, and back when I used to smoke weed, like my drummer and I were fucking lighting one up, singing, you know, all of our favorite songs. But we actually got kicked off the stage. They were like, "You guys need to get out of here," and we were like, "Oh, great."
You're like, but I have an artist pass. I can be here. And
Yeah,
they're
they were
like,
like, "We
no.
don't care. It's our stage now," and we were like, "No,
Yeah.
not you, Wu
I
Tang."
I had
Okay,
the
I still love
same
Wu.
I had the same incident with Body Count. We were like, oh, Body Count's playing. Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
So we're like hanging outside stage, and Ice T is like 10 feet from us. I'm like, okay, don't fuck with him. Like, let him do his pre show thing. They're going on in like 20 minutes. And it, he called security over and
Get these fools out of here.
like, get him the fuck out of here. And it was just like, security's like, you got to go. I'm like, dude, I got an artist pass. He's like, no, you need a body count pass to be here. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yep, closed stage, homie.
Yeah, damn it. That's all right. We went and watched Till Lindemann side stage.
There you go. That's a
That was
fun
pretty
show.
good. Oh yeah, it was interesting for sure. I'd never seen Rammstein.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I've never seen them either, but I love that band.
Yeah, it's fucking. It was a super from where we were. Couldn't hear the music, but we could, we watched the show, and they are like on it.
Oh yeah, dude, you
Everything
have
they
to be.
do. Fuck yeah. What's what band for you was like the best live show that just maybe you weren't expecting it?
Two instances come to mind. Well, a couple. I've seen a million concerts, but I remember the first time um, I got my mind blown was by In Flames at the Sounds of the Underground Festival back in like 2006, maybe. And they played My Sweet Shadow, and like the sun was setting, and they had like cool like production, and I was like, oh my God, that was amazing. And another time later down the line when I was in Soulfly, I remember watching Parkway Drive at this festival called With Full Force Festival in Germany, and I didn't know anything about Parkway Drive at all. But after watching their set with all the pyro and like the venue was really cool because it has all of these old like mining equipments, like giant cranes and stuff. It was just a crazy vibe, and it was right on like a nice freshwater lake, and the sun was down. It was just a cool way to end the day, and I was like, man, Parkway Drive is fucking sick.
Dude, that's a band I've never seen live. Parkway Drive. I see videos and the shows look
I would
like
go
they,
see them for sure.
yeah, their shows look fucking awesome. I don't know, for whatever reason, never have. Uh, In Flames, Battlecross. Speaking of Battlecross, easy transition. Uh, I think they played with In Flames. I think it was In Flames and Kill Switch Engage.
I believe so. I think I remember that tour.
Yeah, when 2014 or 15, maybe.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that was. I was like, I've never been a real big In Flames fan, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna go see Battlecross. Now, I've never been real big into Kill Switch Engage either.
Mm,
But In Flames, I was like, meh. Kill Switch Engage crushed it for me. Though I was like, okay,
breaking my
I could
heart,
get
dude.
into this. Yeah, sorry. I have a I don't want to say a weird palette with metal, but um, the Swedish, the real clean like Swedish shit
hmm
is sometimes it's not real palatable to me. I'm just like maybe I just don't understand it, what the band is
Perhaps
doing.
all my
I don't
favorite
know.
bands are from Sweden. Some
I
of my
love
favorites.
I love Swedish music, but some of that, like Arch Enemy, I
They're
don't.
not Swedish.
Where are they from?
Michael Mott. I think they're like I don't know. They're from all over the place now, but I think they're mostly from the UK. Mott's from the UK. I'm googling it.
Do it.
They have some Swedes in the band. Maybe that's what you were thinking. Yeah, where's Arch Enemy from? Oh, I guess I'm wrong. That's weird.
Oh,
You were right. They are from Halmstad, Sweden. I'm gonna whomp myself. I'm not the biggest fan, to be fair. So
yeah. I mean, I like. Yeah, I like the music sometimes, and I like the vocals sometimes, but I think the majority of the time it's just like, ah, I just,
hot take.
yeah, I'm, am I, I wonder if I am so like focused on what I grew up with, like that early like Metallica and Anthrax and Exodus and Testament and Slayer, like if that has really honed my taste so much that I have a hard time getting into that. But like the Absence, like I know the Absence is not a Swedish band, but
Sounds
they
Swedish.
play,
We tried
yeah,
our hardest.
that they play that Swedish metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and I fucking love the Absence.
Awesome. Thanks.
So
Two of my favorite albums right there. Coffinized and A Gift for the Obsessed. That's the album that started it all for me. Riders of the Plague,
fuck yeah.
2007.
Wow.
Yeah. Throwback.
God, that was almost 20 years ago.
I know. Tell me about it. Look at all these gray hairs. I got all them gray hairs to prove it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can't see it because I fucking shaved, but I've got same thing. I've got this white patch like right here. My wife says, that's your daughter. Like, yeah, that is my daughter.
This is all my bands. All of the bands and managers that I've been with in my life.
Uh, what do you think, like, as far as crew goes, you it sounds like, CKY has got a really solid fucking crew. Soulfly, I think that I'm going to say this, and I don't mean this derogatorily, Max or Gloria or anyone, but like Max, all the musicians around him are all part of the crew, and it's like
Hmm.
they're like
They call it the
cockroaches,
tribe.
right? Well, like Anselmo does it too. His people, I mean, it's just like traveling cockroaches, and
I think once, like I said, it's difficult, man. You gotta understand, like when you're on tour, you have to survive with the people that you're on tour with, and they may be great at the job that they do, but they may not be so great to live with, which happens, you know. So when you do find a crew that kind of fits, that checks all the boxes and fits into the dynamic of the band and the members, then they usually stick around for a while, you know, and I can totally see that. Consistency is important when you're on the road and when you're
for
touring as
sure,
much as some of these guys are. So I get it. You know, some of the older cats that want to have their clique around them. I get it. Totally get it.
yeah, and like I said, that was not like throwing shade at it. It's just something that I noticed, right? Um, it's got to be nice as you were, in Soulfly and Cavalera to fucking you wake up, who's going to be there every fucking day.
Mhm. Yeah,
You've got your
consistency. I said it's super important.
yeah, super fucking super. God, people don't realize that
Truly,
consistency. It works everywhere.
it's
Consistency in
important.
playing.
What a
Yes.
concept.
Yeah. What do you play anything besides bass?
No, I can
No.
goof my way around an electric barely. I could play a little bit of a classical acoustic finger style, but the strings are too small and my fingers are too fat.
Do you
Yeah.
so you don't even like try to play like guitar
I'm a
now?
bass player. I've
It's
always been a bass player, you know.
right on.
Yeah. Only so much
You
time in
work
the day.
you work for Enki too, right?
I do. That's right.
Look at you, fancy pants. Those are some really nice cases, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. It keeps me busy. You know, I was an endorsee of the product before I jumped onto the team, and now that it's pretty much the industry standard across the whole globe. Everybody has them. I just delivered a case to some artists right before I did this podcast. I was driving around out to Burbank. You know, it's a cool job. You know, it keeps my energy up. I guess it keeps my pen dipped in ink. You know, when I'm not on the road, it's cool to have a gig to come home to and do it on the road too. And I've met a lot of really cool people through doing it. So it's a cool job and it's still in the same industry. So I love it.
How much has being like in a band helped with the Inky thing?
I wouldn't be able to do what I do for Enki had I not been on the road for so long, you know, and firsthand experience with traveling with guitars and equipment that's important and expensive, you know. Um, I always kind of in the last 10 years of my life, I was like, I think I could do artist relations because it's important to have a good understanding of an artist's needs in that position. And I've dealt with a few companies that don't necessarily have that, and it's very frustrating, when you don't understand like the logistics of touring or the burdens, the toll that touring takes on you, and you have high expectations or like a slow turnaround where it's like you rely on this gear and you need to have it to perform or to travel, and you just need to understand how that works and put precedence on that and make it a priority to get the artists what they need so the show can go on. You need firsthand experience to understand that, I think, to do it well.
Agreed. The people with the knowledge tend to do the jobs better, at a higher level because you're well rounded in everything that you need, and it's not just a hey, this will help you because someone told me this will help you, right?
Yeah.
I've got an idea, and I'm going to let it fly here first.
Okay.
Copyright. So like on the two guitar cases, the front like comes down, right?
Right.
What if this is starting to sound really stupid in my head, but I'm gonna roll with it.
Shoot your shot, homie.
What what if when it comes down, there's a leg and a piece that it comes down and it turns.
Well, it's like it's table.
Yes,
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
techs would love it, and they don't have to have extra gear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a foldable tech station.
Yeah,
I've had that. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I did have that idea.
I'm certain I am not the first one because
Yeah, it's a good idea.
you look at it and you're like, holy shit, like this, I think would make it a little easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything to make touring easier.
Yeah,
Um,
Mike, thank you for your time.
yeah,
Um,
my
maybe,
pleasure, dude.
yeah, let's get CKY to fucking Louisville. Let's make some shit happen.
I'm not gonna fuck around, dude. Like I put that name down, Portal. I remember it.
Yeah,
And if you see us there in May, it's because of you, my dude. So thank you for that tip.
hell yeah, dude.
And I'm
If I
gonna
see
take
you
you up
there,
on your dinner offer.
oh, for sure. I'll fucking listen. If you guys are at Portal, we will cater you.
Nice.
I'll
Well,
just fucking,
reach out beforehand, and if you see that tour date, let's make a plan. I love a good
for
plan.
sure. I absolutely will. Mike, go have yourself a great fucking day, dude.
You too, man. Happy holidays, and
Thanks.
thanks for your time, all right?
And to you as well, brother. See ya.
Alrighty. Yeah, see you around.